Main screen turn on. This is me playing games for the first time, where I'm doing something random and/or just plain suck at. This is noobing around in... So this game is kind of interesting in that, had I made this video last week, I would have been a lot more positive about it. Now, I'll talk about my, about the things that I started to dislike about this game while actually playing it. So let's start in level 57. What you'll notice at the top is that there's an objective to each level, and it has 3 different levels to it. So in this one I need to run a specific amount of meters. So let's play. Now, if you'll notice, at the bottom you can actually buy a boost, so that each meter that you run is counted twice. And it costs 40 coins. Now, coins are kind of hard to actually get in this game. Or at least when playing through it normally. So what the game really wants you to do is to use your actual money to buy these things, making it a kind of a pay-to-win game. Now, most of these objectives are still somewhat easy to get. The thing about the game is that the levels are randomly generated, so you can't really practice a run, memorize where all the good stuff will be. So that actually makes this game somewhat skill-based, but also you definitely need a good amount of luck to get the right power-ups, or just the right, the easiest layout of the level. So, as you can probably tell by now, this is basically a endless runner game, which I've really gotten into since last year. In fact, two of the games in this genre were in my top 10 list of last year, or at least of the games that I played last year. And this one is actually, despite the fact that it's become kind of pay to win at this point in the game, it's still a pretty fun game actually. Oh, and there we go. Obviously, as you go on, the game keeps getting faster, and since I'm talking at the same time, that doesn't really make it easier. Now here we go again. It gives you a recommendation for a costume that will help you in some way. This one, for example, will have the first revive will always be free, so it won't cost any coins, but the costume itself already costs 1200 coins. And I have like 400 or something, and that's over the course of while playing all the way up to level 62. So just to give an example, in the shop, coins. Well, you can just see the prices here. I guess it's normal. These prices are normal nowadays for these kind of games. But I don't really want to pay real money to get in-game purchases. So most of the things actually, you can also buy coins with bananas, and as you could have seen in the game, as I was just playing it, you actually collect bananas throughout the level. And on an average run, I would say I would get about 1,000 bananas on average. So if we go to the actual upgrades of the power-ups that you get, you just saw me grab the freeze ray, for example. Now you can see that these are pretty expensive as well. For example, the banana splitter is 25,000. So I do have 27,000 bananas now, so let's try upgrading it just to see how minimal the actual upgrade is. It now lasts for 14 seconds, and with the upgrade, it lasts 16 seconds, so that's 2 seconds longer. And it cost me about 25 runs through a level, so that's pretty steep. The same thing goes for costumes that we saw earlier. You can also buy some for real money, like this one, 10 euros. No way. There's also some for coins again, and there's a few that only cost bananas. There's some for puzzle pieces that you're able to unlock. I actually bought this one because it only cost bananas, and it was actually somewhat useful. So basically, the kind of thing that breaks me in this game is not the challenges like this one, the one that I just did, which is still pretty doable, but more these kind of challenges. Pick up the freeze ray 4 times to get the last objectives. Now, this, like I said, everything is randomly generated, so there's no way of knowing if this thing is actually going to pop up 4 times in a level. Normally, I would see a power-up about 2 times. 3 times is the maximum, so 4 times is really stretching it. And it's kind of these kind of objectives that break me. As you can see, on the first 3 worlds, I actually got all the objectives in all the levels, and I had a lot of fun doing so. But then on the 4th one, let's see, somewhere around this world, the objectives started to get really, well, perhaps not difficult, but just annoying. And most of these you can get by buying the upgrades. For example, this one. Buy the upgrades so the banana splitter itself lasts longer, to make it easier to get, so you need less of the power-ups to actually get to this amount of time with it. But as I just showed, you need a lot of bananas for that, which is a lot of runs. And to actually progress through worlds, you need a certain amount of fruits that you get by getting objectives. So to advance to the next world, from here I need 1 more fruit in one of these levels. And this has actually kind of been a damper on my playthrough. I was really enjoying myself up to the point where the objectives just became too ridiculous. And I think that's actually a real shame. Regardless, I think this might still pop up on my top 10 games I played in 2015, but perhaps not as high up as I originally thought it would. At the very least, though, I've not actually seen the Despicable Me movies, and this game has made me kind of interested in seeing them. So that's something to do with the family. If nothing else, there's at least that came out of this game.